Hi, everybody. Welcome to Stamp It Your Way for June of 2024. We're super excited to be together, as we always are every month, and we have some amazing projects to show you. But last month, Betsy announced that she was going to be moving. So it looks like you're in a new studio, Betsy. Want to talk a little bit about that?
I am. Hi, everybody. This is Betsy Kreider, Be Creative Stamping. I was formerly in Lewistown, Pennsylvania. I'm still in Pennsylvania, but now I'm in Reedsville, Pennsylvania, which is only about 10 minutes away, but it's a residential neighborhood. I've got trees. I watched a woodpecker this morning. I mean, I'm in heaven. So but yes, moved into a new stamping studio, kind of getting it all set up, and it's still a little chaotic. That's a bit of a mess back there, but we're getting there slowly. But yeah, it's been exciting. I have to say that I am extremely thankful for my partner in crime right here because she carried my butt this month. She carried me completely with the move and getting into the new house and all of that. There was no way I was going to be able to do any stamping. I didn't even my ink pads just got out of storage 2 days ago. So I have not been able to stamp or do a thing. And so this beautiful lady right here, she has made some amazing projects for us this month.
Well, honestly, it was super uh, fun for me to do that for you at the little things, right? And I mean, Thoughtful Journey and Thoughtful Wishes bundle is just beautiful, and the paper is outstanding. So I really enjoyed putting the cards together. And little does she know, she may be helping me out in another month because I'm going to be having some surgery and right at the wrong time, right at the wrong time of the month. So
Always.
we'll see what happens with that unless I can get my act together. It might be just payback. So, that's what friends do. So,
Bring it on, bring it on. Exactly. That's what best friends do. And, if you're going to ever do a project with somebody, pick the best partner in crime that you can and carry each other. And that's what we do. I am truly grateful and I'm ready to take on the whatever you need to throw my way for next month. So I'm ready.
good, good.
So do we want to see these amazing? First of all, though, we should probably mention, I don't know if we mentioned this last month, but Mary Ellen actually presented at our Stampin' Up! On stage. It's like our convention. And Mary Ellen actually presented this suite of products in front of how many demonstrators? How many people
I
were
don't know,
there?
a lot,
A
couple
lot.
thousand.
Like,
I
yeah,
think
a couple thousand, maybe a thousand.
yeah, I don't know, 2,000 or 2,500, but it was really fun. I was super nervous and super scared, and Betsy was there with me, my lifeline, and
Mhm.
so it all turned out wonderful. And the project, like I said, the suite is just so pretty, and we know that you're gonna love the bundle, and you're gonna love the cards. So it was really my pleasure to put them together.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Well, thank you. You ready to show some projects?
I am.
Excellent. We'll take you down to your desktop.
Thanks, Betsy. I'm super excited that we decided to do the Thoughtful Journey suite of products. And so, if you're looking in your catalog, it's on pages 46 and 47. This has been the paper that all my customers, when they see it, say, I've got to have it because it's just gorgeous. So, if you signed up for Stamp It Your Way, guess what? You got it in your packet. And if not, you're just watching it, this is going to be definitely one to add to your wish list. So I'm going to show you the products that are in the suite, minus this paper here. I don't have that with me right now. But this is a gorgeous 12 by 12 Thoughtful Designs paper that's got like a pearlized ombre effect on all the 5 sheets. So super, super gorgeous. So let me just show you the products. We'll start with the bundle. The Thoughtful Wishes stamp set. It's got some foliage type images and then some mixed font that are just great for friendship. I just think this is a perfect kind of friendship type of stamp set. So just thinking of you type of thoughtful wishes. And then the dies, and this is kind of a smattering, it's all mixed up, but some of them cut the images just like this. And then some of them are standalone dies, just like these here and these extra leaves. So you've got some that cut the images, and then you've got some that are just standalone. So that's the bundle, stamps and dies. But then really the star of the show is this paper. So this is the journey, thoughtful journey 6x6 paper, and each one is beautiful. So I just want to show you individually. So thistles with a gorgeous watercolor wash. This is just kind of a tranquil, kind of a pond design, but look at these, how striking they are. Here's another thistle from a different angle. Gorgeous color. The color is stunning. So as I'm flipping through them, think of the different seasons too. So they're very seasonal. You've got something like this that's very wintry, and then you've got this kind of this icy, frosty look again with the blues, kind of a wintry theme. You've got fall. You've got some fall colors thrown in with the Cajun craze and the wild wheat. Again, just kind of a fall type look. These next ones, they're just beautiful. I mean, they're just the star of the show. And we're going to use several of them in our projects. And then these, I think of spring. I kind of bounced around with my seasons here, but just a spring hillside with the flowers are just starting to bloom. And here's the same with just the starting of spring colors. And then here on this side too. So those are the papers, and you get 4 of each of those papers. So they're gorgeous. And then the last thing is these, the Pearl Trio. They're really pretty. That's Petunia Pop and Pretty Peacock, I think, and then Calypso Coral. So we're going to use these on all the projects today. So let's get started with the first project. And I want to bring in what you're going to get in your packet. If you signed up for Stamp It Your Way, you're going to get your card base. This card is very easy to duplicate. So if you didn't get the packet, just watch carefully. This is something I think that you'll really enjoy the look of. So this is our new basic beige. This is 8.5 by 5.5. Then you need a layering piece, which is 4 by 5.25. You'll need a piece of Mossy Meadow that is 4.5 by 3.125. Just a little piece of Petunia Pop for your greeting. This is just a 1/2 by 2 inch, and then 6 inches of the basic beige ribbon. So you're going to be cutting your designer series paper, and your designer series paper that you're going to cut is going to be, well, I've cut it from this thistle design here, but I want to show you why I did what I did. So this piece right here is 4 by 3 inches, and you can see it comes right from this middle. Okay, so I kind of decided where I wanted my panels, and I'm going to show you why I said cut it 4 by 3 rather than cut it 3 by 1 because you're going to get lost. So if you kind of decide where you want it, you can kind of pick it out from any of your designs. This would work with any of those designs. Then you can bring in your trimmer, and I've got mine right here. And you're just going to cut these at each one at 1 inch. So this is 4 inches, so you'll have 4 pieces. So I'm going to cut them at 1 inch, just like this. 1, 1, and 1, and 1. Okay. And I'm going to keep them in order. I'm going to set them aside right here in order. This one goes here. And then I'm going to bring in my Mossy Meadow. And this one is 4.5 by 3.125. So 4.5. So this one, instead of 1, is going to be 1.125, I believe. Let me just see now. 1.125. And then the last one here. Okay, so you've got your 4 pieces of Mossy Meadow, and you've got your 4 pieces of designer series paper. So we can move this one out of the way. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our adhesive, and we're just going to adhere the designer series paper right to our Mossy Meadow. And we're going to keep them in order. So we're just going to border it all the way around, just like this. That one's slightly crooked. That one. And then our last one. Just like so. Okay, so they're in order now. Okay, then we're going to bring in our background, or basically our layering piece right here. And so what we did is, or what I did was I embossed it with the new Dashing Designs 3D folder. So pretty. You can use whatever you have. You may not have the Dashing Designs folder. That's perfectly fine. This is a new one, but really just adding a little bit of texture. It's probably a little bit hard to see here on the video, but just by adding that little bit of texture, it really makes a difference in how the card looks when it's all done. So I'm going to fold my card base in half. I'm going to add my layer with the, whoops, I went a little heavy there, with my dashing folder or whatever texture you're going to use. And this card goes together very, very quickly. So there's the texture. Oops, excuse me. That was stuck to my finger. It's going to give me fits. So, okay, so there's the texture. And then getting these on is just really placing them. And I like to just kind of see where my borders are and do like equidistance here and equidistance there. Make sure that these kind of jive also. And then I'll go ahead and place them down. And I am going to use, yeah, that's pretty good right there. I'm going to use dimensionals to do that because I want this card to be super popped up. But you could decide that no, you don't care if you have dimensionals on it, and it's perfectly fine. But I like the look of the dimensionals, just adding an extra layer of pop to the card. And I'm just using a couple on each layer. And basically, there's not much more than adding a little greeting and some ribbon. So, whoops, got a little finger moved it a little. Okay. So this card goes together really quickly, Betsy, and I think people will really like to duplicate it when they're at home, because it's kind of striking, because like I said, the paper is the star of the show. So it doesn't need a lot. It really doesn't. And you'll see that in each card that we've designed, that it doesn't need a lot of extra. So there's your 4 pictures. I'm going to say it's almost like a gallery of art. That's how I look at it. Then we're going to take our ribbon, and I've given you 6 inches, and you're just going to cut it in half. I'm going to cut it on an angle. I'm going to clean up my edges here because this one, I don't know if these, I'm going to do it off camera, see if I can get that straightened up. These are not the best ribbon for ribbon. Well, we're going to pretend that that's perfect and beautiful. So there's 2 different ways you can do this. You can either lay your ribbon down like this, so it looks like it's flagged on each side, kind of making an X, just like that. You can tack that down. That's probably the easiest way. You could fold it in half like this and have it be a flag off of each end. But I just find that it's easier just to lay a little bit of adhesive down. And since it's tone on tone, it's just kind of for effect. I'm going to lay a little more adhesive down there. And we're going to flip that one. Kind of going to go under, just like that. Okay, so now we've got our little strip of paper and we're going to stamp thanks on it. And I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow ink. I'm going to stamp the word thanks. This is a thank you card. Okay, and I'm going to, we've given you plenty, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. You could cut it straight, you could cut it at an angle. I think for this one, I think I'm going to keep it straight. I'm just going to use my snips. I'm going to cut on either side of the word thanks, on either side of the word thanks, just giving it about quarter of an inch on either side. And then I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals right in the center of my ribbon. Okay, just like that. And that's really all there is to the card. You could decide, oh, I want, you know, I'm going to do it right here so it's kind of offset. So you're not having to worry about being straight on one of the designs, kind of offset. And then the last thing is to add some of the beautiful pearls. We're going to get our, take your pick tool out, and I'm going to just add some pearls onto the card. Just like this. Okay, so there's the card, and you can it's basic beige, so I decided not to put anything on the inside. You could easily get your envelope and we could stamp the inside here quickly. We're just going to grab one of the images from the stamp set and add that to the inside and add that to our envelope. I'm going to make sure I'm on the right side of the envelope because I've done that. I just stamped an envelope upside down. And so there's the first card. Just a pretty paneled, kind of an art gallery look, popped up design. So, okay, here's the pieces that you're going to need for card number 2. You're going to need a card base, and this one is a little different than the usual card base. So this one is 5.5 wide by 7.25 inches, and we're going to score that at 3 inches. We'll do that in a second. You're going to need a piece. We just gave you a scrap piece that you're going to die cut this die out of, just like that. So you're going to just need one for both cards because we're going to cut it in half. So you've got that. Then you need a piece that is 4.25 by 4.25, and we're going to score it at 1 inch. You need an inside layer that is a standard 4 by 5.25, and then a basic white. We've punched a 1.75 inch circle for you. Now the designer series paper that you're going to need is 4 by 3 inches of some central image. So this is just off the edge of the paper. I didn't go right into the middle. This is kind of that wintry scene, and then this kind of frosted look. You could use it up like this or down like that. You'll see how the card goes together in a minute. This piece is 5.25 by 2.75. So we'll set that aside and we'll bring in our scoring blade so you can see where I'm scoring. And I'm just scoring this piece right here at 3 inches. That leaves us a standard 5.5 by 4.25. And then we're going to take the square that's 4.25 and we're going to score it at 1 inch. Okay, so we're going to fold that there. We're done with that. And we're going to fold this one here. And this card's going to come together like so. So it's going to open like this, and it's going to open like that. And then our inside will cover that flap right there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our bone folder and give this a good crease. And then we're going to take some adhesive, and I'm going to use the Seal Plus, just because sometimes when I'm using a fold that it's going to get a lot of wear and tear. I want to use something a little stronger. I'm going to try to center it right on that edge, just like that, and press down. And then let me fold this one. We're going to add the center of our card. This is Boho Blue, and the other card is Misty Moonlight. I don't think I said that. So if you're watching and you're not a part of Stamp It Your Way, so that you have all the information. And it goes together pretty quickly. So we're going to take our image, our designer series paper. I'm going to adhere that. Look how fast this card goes together. This is kind of a fun fold too. I mean, I think that when you send a card, it's nice to have something that is just a little different. And this is definitely one that is like that, but it's super easy. So this is just the back side of that same paper, as you can see as I'm adhering it. And it's kind of got that frosty, wintry look. It's super pretty. Okay, so there, our card came together that fast. Now all we have to do is do just a little bit of decorating. So I'm going to stamp in Misty Moonlight ink the words, "You make life better," on my circle. You make life better. And you can send this to your mom. You could send this to your brother. You can send it to your sister. You can send it to your best friend. Anyone that you want to say that, you know what, you just make my life better. Now I'm going to bring in this piece here. And I said you just need one for 2 cards because we're just going to use half of it. So we're just going to kind of cut up the middle just like that. And we're going to put this on the back of our image. It's going to be over here coming up so we can hold it there and add some dimensionals. If you don't like to do it like that, if you just want to use some mini glue dots, you can do that. I just like to use my dimensionals. I'm going to add one more here because I don't like the way that was wiggling. And then of course over here. All right. So now if I got it in the right place, we'll see. Taking off my dimensional covers. And we're going to add that, just making sure I'm not putting dimensionals off the side. I'm going to go off the edge, but I don't want my dimensionals to go off the edge. And then I'm going to shoot that little design right up there. Okay, I did a pretty good job. And that's it. We just need to add a couple of the pearls. And again, I'm going to use the, where did I put my take your pick tool? Here, where I'm going to use this, these pretty peacock ones, and just put one here. And I'm going to put one down here. And then I'm going to add one. Whoops. I'm going to add one, 1, 2. I'm going to add my little triangle. I'm going to add one right there. Okay, so you make life better. You could stamp the inside. You can add a greeting. That's entirely up to you. I think I'm just going to leave this one plain. So that is card number 2. Quick and easy, but what a fun design. So be thinking about any paper that you want to showcase a pretty design. This is a great way to do it. I love this, this design. Okay, let's bring in the supplies for card number 3. The designer series paper, you're going to be cutting your own. So let's set that aside for a second. You're going to have some of the white baker's twine from the essentials pack. We've given you plenty. You're going to have your inside layer, which is a standard, again, standard 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece. You're going to need a couple pieces for die cutting. You're going to need Petunia Pop and Mossy Meadow. And we're going to die cut out these 2 dies right here. I've done them in advance for here, just so that you know which ones and how big of pieces you need. And then you're going to need a little piece for your greeting. And your card base is what I call a hot dog cut, which means it's 4 1/4 by 11, just like that. So we're going to do a little bit of cutting on that. I'm going to put my dies up here and kind of get my pieces a little bit out of the way. And then I'm going to show you how you want to cut the designer series paper and why. So let's start with our cutting of the card base. So we're going to, our first cut is at 1.5 inches. I'm going to cut it from this side at 1.5 inches. And then we're going to cut at 2.5 inches. So 1.5 and 2.5. Okay. So that gives us a piece that's 1.5. And then this one is 2.5. All right. Then what you have left is this card base, and you are going to score it at 1.5. So we're going to get our cutter out of the way. We're going to score it at 1.5. And what that leaves us is a standard 5.5, I think. Yeah. 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then this is going to be the top of our card right there. Then we remove this piece, this 2.5-inch piece, and then this 1.5-inch piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up with something like this, and we're going to turn this one sideways. So you're getting all your pieces out of this 111 by 4.25. It's kind of fun, kind of a fun idea. So let me get my bone folder and get this one pressed down so I'm not having to fight it all the time. And then these are your designer series paper pieces. They are, 2 of them are 4 inches by, no, I'm sorry. 2 of them are 1.25 inches by 4 inches. So we've got one piece that's going to go up here, and then one piece that's going to go down here and layer. And then you need your focal point. You can decide what I decided to go with this kind of springy look, designer series paper. And that piece is, this one is 4 inches by 2.25, and it's going to layer right in the middle there. And you can get that all out of one piece of paper. This is the back side of this image here. So I decided to do it so it was cut like this. You could put it, maybe I'll just turn around just for fun, or you could do it like this so it kind of looks like it's cascading across your paper. I'm just playing around with it. I think I'm going to go like that. And then this was going to kind of go in the middle, and it's going to look like it's kind of a cascading look like this with the blue. So let's go ahead and adhere those. And again, this one comes together pretty quickly also. Sometimes you think, oh, fancy fold, that's going to be hard. But as you can see, the ones we've done so far have been pretty straightforward and easy. They, this one just comes out of one piece of paper. So you're not even having to really think about different sizes of paper to go with it. So I'm going to put that, adhere this one here, just like that. Okay, then we have our inside, but I'm going to stamp that first. Let's go ahead and adhere this paper to the other piece, just like that, just equal distance on all 4 sides. Okay, so to get it to come together, we're going to lay this one down. Again, I've got my blues on opposite sides. I'm going to lay it down just like that. Okay, I'm going to put dimensionals on this. On the top and the bottom. So I'm going to put 2 across the top, and then I'm going to put 2 across the bottom, just like this. Okay, and that's what's going to adhere our card together. So it's kind of an open, I almost said open concept card, but in reality it kind of is. It's kind of a fun open card. So just making sure you're all lined up down here, everything's straight. Then this can just adhere just like that. Okay, so that way you've got your image on there, and it kind of forms this kind of fun eye. Okay, now is when we're going to bring in our inside piece. It's going to go here, and we want to stamp an image right here, something that's going to show through. So I'm going to pick that beautiful thistle look just like this, and I'm going to bring in some Petunia Pop ink, and I'm going to stamp that thistle in Petunia Pop right here, just like that. And then while I'm stamping, I'm going to get the words dearest friend and some balmy blue ink, and I'm going to stamp the words dearest friend on my little piece of white paper. And I'm going to leave that out, and I'm going to finish my saying, and the inside says, dearest friend, missing you. And if I do it, oh, well, you're going to do a better job than I did. I missed just a little bit. I got a little bit of a hiccup. Do I start it all over? Okay, I will. Okay, we're going to do missing you here. And since we've still got our Petunia Pop out somewhere, we'll go ahead and stamp that image. If I knew it was light enough, I would have just stamped it again. Okay, it's a little dark, but it'll lighten up as it dries. Okay, so now my missing you, I'm going to adhere to the inside of my card. See, there's always a way. If you make a little boo-boo, there's always a way. That's the nice thing about Stampin' Up! Paper is there's 2 sides to it. Okay, I'm sure you've heard that before. But see, that covered my missing you, but it shows that little piece right here. Super, super cute. Now we've got our dearest friend. We've got these two little dies just like this. Now, you may not have noticed, but these go together. And I'm going to use a little bit of glue, and I'm going to try to adhere those as good as I can. And all that is then this is the greenery, and then the little flowers will pop out. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the leaves right there, and then I'm going to lay this on top of my flowers. See if we can get this to stick. Like so. You're going to have to fuss it just a little bit, but it's worth it. It looks so cute with your flowers sticking out of your images, your greenery. Just like that. I'm going to lay that down on my card. I'm going to go this way, the opposite of that one there. Put it down like that. And then I'm going to take my greeting and I'm going to flag it on the ends, and we do that by just cutting up the middle and then cutting into each side. Do the same on this side. And then I'm going to take some glue and just some tape and just tape that down. Oops, I got my twine. We're going to put the twine on last. And I'm going to add the words dearest friend right over the greeting or the die cuts. That will hold that down. And then I'm going to take my twine, and this will double hold it down. So I'm going to wrap that around here a couple times. Okay. And then I'm going to tie a bow. Just hold it down with my finger, and if I tie it in a knot, then it kind of holds itself, and I don't have to be holding it when I'm trying to tie a bow. So I'm going to tie it in a knot, and then I'm going to tie my bow. Just like this. And then fuss it till I get it the way I want it. Tighten it down just like that. And then I'm going to trim it. These are definitely not my sharpest scissors. And then I'm going to add a couple of the Pretty in Pink, or not Pretty in Pink, Petunia Pop pearls. I've got two right here. And I'm going to add them just as little soldiers at the bottom of my card, just like that. So there we've got our third card, Dearest Friend, kind of an open concept, Missing You, just like that. So there's card number 3. Okay, you ready for the last card? Let's look at the pieces that you're going to get in your packet for the last card. We'll set the designer series paper out of the way. You're going to need one piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 11. This is petal pink that we're using. You're going to need 2 quarter sheets of cardstock. So they're 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And these are Cajun Craze. Then you're going to have a piece of Cajun Craze that is 5 1/4 by, I just want to make sure I'm right, 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. Here you're going to need a piece of basic beige to stamp and die cut, a piece of the essential twine, the crumb cake, and then we've pre-die cut a piece of petal pink out of the stylish shapes for you. The designer series paper that you're going to need is 5 by 1 1/4 and the 5 1/4 by 4. All right, so let's start with the card base. You're going to bring in your scoring and cutting, but we just need our scoring right now. And we're going to score at 1 3/4 and 3 1/2 from both sides. 1 3/4 and 3 1/2 from both sides. So 1 3/4, 3 1/2. We flipped it and did it again. Okay, so we're done with the scoring. And we're going to go ahead and fold that in, fold it out, little accordion fold, just like this. Same on this side, in and out. And you can see that they don't match in the middle. Don't panic. We're not doing a gatefold card. Okay, then we're going to bring in a piece of our Cajun Craze, and we're going to bring in adhesive. And we are going to adhere the petal pink to the Cajun Craze, just centering it like so. Okay, and then we're going to bring in the other full piece, and we are going to adhere it to the left side. So I'm going to put adhesive all the way down there, and we're going to match up our front and our back, making sure that they are matched just like that. Okay. All right, so our card is going to open like this. So now we're going to work on this panel here, and we're going, this is a full panel, so we're going to go ahead and adhere this piece onto this right piece. It's going to cover it fully. Okay, and then our designer series paper is going to be layered inside. And we're going to do that both on the right side and on the front. So there's our showcasing our paper, and we're going to do the same thing using this beautiful fall. So we've kind of done a winter, spring, a fall, a summer on each of these cards. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but that was kind of the intent. Okay, so here's the gist of that card. It's going to open like that. Now it's just time to decorate, okay? So if you don't like it popping up, you can definitely get your bone folder out and do some more folding. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of stamping and cutting. I'm going to bring in the Old Olive ink, and I'm going to bring in the foliage. This almost looks like corn to me. It is not corn, but I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it sure looks like corn. Okay. And then I'm going to, while I'm stamping, I'm going to stamp the words, "I appreciate you," onto my tag in Cajun Craze. Okay. So we'll put our inks away, but we're going to bring in some blends. And all I'm using is Old Olive, light and dark. So I'm going to start out with the light, and I'm just going to color my leaves in. You could use either the brush end or the nib end. Sometimes it's just personal preference. When you've got a smaller image, sometimes it's easier to just use the nib end just like this. And I'm going to just quickly color in all my leaves. Like so. I'm not worrying about getting every little speck of place. I'm just giving it some added color, letting some of the beige shine through. Whoops, I missed one. Then you can take your dark if you'd like, and then just add some highlights to it, maybe at the bases. It just gives it a little more depth. Just like so. Let me hold that up to the camera so you can see there's just some different color variation just like that. So I'm going to bring in my mini stamp cut and emboss machine, and we're going to cut this with the die that I've got right here. I'm going to place it on to my image. I'm going to use a little bit of repositionable tape to make sure I have it exactly where I want it to be. Sometimes it takes just a minute to get it exactly where you want it to be. I think I'm close. I'm not exactly there, but pretty darn close. Okay, I'm going to hold it there. See if we can get this to die cut where we want it to. Okay, we can move our machine out of the way and pop that out just like this. Okay, so there's our image. So we'll bring our card back in, And we're going to finish it up with our image and our greeting and a little bit of twine. So let's start with the greeting and the twine. So I'm just going to lay down a little bit of adhesive, and I'm going to start my twine on that adhesive. And all I'm doing is I'm kind of doing just a circle of twine, and it wants to stick to me everywhere but where it's supposed to go. And I just like to twirl it around. Want a little bit more up there. And I think I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to give it a little trim with my snips. I'm going to try to trim it inside this tag. All right. And then I'm going to add some dimensionals onto that. I've got some here. I buried them. And I'm going to put it right over my twine so that I know it's going to kind of stay put. Okay. And then I'm going to put on my greeting. Now, I mean my image. So I could glue this down a little bit. I think that I'm going to let it be kind of loose, and I'm going to use my dimensionals to adhere it. If you want to add a little bit of glue, you can add a little bit of glue. I'm going to put my greeting, or I keep saying greeting, my image kind of on an angle. And then I'm going to just press my dimensional right over the top of that. And that's going to hold that in place, but it's going to give it some shadowing and depth. And then all I need to do is add my pearls. And I'm going to use the Calypso Coral ones because that kind of goes with our Cajun craze. And I'm going to put one right here. And I'm going to put one right here. And I think one more. You know, we like to use 3. So we'll just do our little triangle just like that. All right. And then inside, we could stamp, let's see, we've got I appreciate you. Maybe that's a good one because it's a thank you card that we just leave it plain. And so here's our last card. Kind of a fun double fold open, and then you can stamp the inside, you can leave it plain, you can write your message just to let someone know that I really appreciate you. So I hope you like those cards. Betsy will go back to our faces and let them know what we're going to do next month. So thank you, everybody.
Oh my goodness. Those cards were amazing. How am I ever gonna, you want me to take over like for when you have surgery and you want me to come up with the cards? They're never gonna be that good. They just won't be. Oh my
Whatever.
gosh. You're too
No,
talented
it's like
for
I'm telling you, the nice thing about these cards is like they have some fancy folds, but you could see how fast they came together. They really did. I mean, they didn't take long. They weren't difficult. They weren't like super, you have to think about it, but they were just
Mhm.
something that was unique. And that's what I really was going for. Something unique that was easy to showcase. So I'm glad that you liked them.
I love them. I love them. And I can't wait to make some of my own. I can't wait to make some of them now that I'm finally getting my office back together. I can't wait.
I know. It's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. So
Yes, me
let's talk
too. I
about
love
next. Oh,
a
go
new
ahead.
space is a lot of fun, but
Yeah,
it's also
it's
very
a lot of
stressful.
work.
It's like my
Yeah,
eyelids are twitching on a daily basis, but I'm getting there.
I know. It's so
I'm
much
getting
work. I trust me. I know. And it's an ongoing process. It changes all the time.
exactly. Yep.
So,
I'll rearrange it 3 times. I did my kitchen already. I've rearranged my kitchen 3 times already. So
oh my
yeah, it'll
goodness.
just happen.
Oh my
It'll
goodness.
be
Yeah.
fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. So
It will.
next month we are doing the Charming Duck Pond. So here is the stamp set. Isn't that cute?
So cute.
And it's like a 2-step stamping. So you stamp your outline and then you can stamp your like colored image over top. Super cute. This little guy is, there he is. He's so cute.
I know.
Right? And the little frog down here. And then it's got, of course, the matching dies that go with it.
Beautiful dies.
Um, and then it's got this amazing 6x6 paper. Some of it has like little scenes on it, like this one. And then the backs are just like
Mhm.
different patterns. So it's a really nice designer paper. So there's lots of little things you can do with it. But then there's also the backs that make it really nice that you can just continue to use. And the dies, my understanding are the dies actually do cut out, just like with some of our others, the dies will cut out the little duckies. Okay.
Yeah, and
There's
actually, you're watching this video on Wednesday, the 26th of June.
yes,
And if you're interested in Stamp It Your Way for the next month, you might consider ordering the bundle before the end of the month because you'll get an additional 10% off, right? So
that's
instead of
right.
10% bundle price, you'll get 20%. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about it, reach out to us. We'll get that bundle for you at a discounted price only until the end of the month. And then when we actually advertise, so we actually advertise on the 1st, it'll be too late. So you are the first ones to know.
Yes,
So
definitely get that bundle before it. Yeah, a discount is a discount, right? So
yes.
the other thing, when you get to, when you do Stamp It Your Way for, so this is June, that'll be July, right? I've lost track of which month I'm in.
I
This
know.
is
Yes,
June, that'll be July.
I
So
know.
for July, you would get, of course, the card kits. With Stamp It Your Way, you get the card kits. You get also enough product to be able to make some more. So you would get a full pack of this 6x6 DSP, a full pack of that. That is 48 sheets. And then you also get these adorable little dapple dots, adhesive dapple dots. They've kind of got like a white marbling through them. They're super cute.
Yeah, so
And you know
really
me.
that's a well over $20 value right there. I mean, it's
Exactly.
$35 for the card kit, and then so you're definitely getting a great value there. So
You do.
sign up. But if you're wanting the bundle and you're watching us before the end of June, reach out to us and we'll get that for you at the discount. Otherwise, we'll
Absolutely.
be advertising it July 1st. So
Woo.
I'm excited. My wheels are turning. This Lily Pond Lane Suite, my wheels are really turning on this. I've seen some adorable, adorable things, and I
have
know
to.
you have too, and so it's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I looked at it in the catalog and went, I don't know that I
I know.
really like that, which I do that a lot. And then all of a
Yeah,
sudden I start
we
seeing
do.
ideas and I'm like, love it.
Yeah,
Now I'm
I,
like, I have to have this.
yes, I know, and I've got some
Mhm.
ideas for you. You know me, so
Yes, yes, yes. Well,
okay.
thanks
Well,
everybody for
yes,
tuning in this month. And Mary Ellen, again, huge thank you for covering for me and helping my customers to, see this and get an idea. And even though I was kind of like out of the loop a little bit, you've really I'm in your debt. So I owe you one,
like
girlfriend.
I
I owe
told
you.
you, yeah, I'll get you on that. That's what friends are for. Just remember, that's what friends are for. It's
Exactly.
payback time soon. So, thanks everybody. We really appreciate you tuning in and watching. Even whether you are a subscriber or not, we hope that you've learned something and you've enjoyed the cards and you'll duplicate them and reach out to us because we want to see what you're making too.
Absolutely. Please subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, please. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.